Episode 3 of Memory of a Killer starts with Angelo driving back home after Dutch's birthday celebration, recalling what happened the night of Dr. Robert Parks' murder. He missed the opportunity to actually shoot Parks, who pressed a distress signal to alert security before fleeing from the lab. Later that night, Dutch's cousin Eddie shows up at the restaurant to inform him that an internal affairs detective named Marco Garcia is investigating Dutch's company. The detective has evidence against McGee and Angelo, the two assassins obviously working for Dutch. Together, the four men discuss how Garcia will soon be submitting evidence to the US Attorney's Office. Dutch asks the assassins to kill the detective, making it look like an accident, while Angelo takes responsibility for killing the man. Meanwhile, Dutch tells Angelo how he worked with Eddie in the past when the NYPD was investigating him. This news surprises Angelo, who appears unhappy with Dutch for hiding this detail. The next day, Maria starts panicking as she hears gunshots while doing everyday tasks like buying groceries. She decides to stop letting the incident weigh her down and asks Dave to help her acquire a shooting license. So Dave takes Maria to a shooting range and helps calm her nerves by shooting targets. He brings up an incident from their past, but Maria ignores his comment. At the same time, Joe hacks into the CCTV footage at Detective Garcia's house. He learns about Garcia's son Danny, Samurai Lord, and his involvement with drugs. Joe then meets Danny at a local park and orders drugs from the young man for a party that he is hosting. Danny falls into the trap and befriends Joe, inviting him into his apartment. Joe and Angelo go through the trash from Garcia's and learn that he was actually a diabetic. Meanwhile, Angelo meets Earl at a diner and brings up the ferryman. He asks Earl to come clean about the night at the bar, where he overheard a conversation regarding the bounty on Maria. Now Angelo claims that Earl is being used as a messenger, and he asks the man to leave their town and threatens to kill him. Later, Angelo decides to kill Garcia by spiking his insulin. Joe also helps track Garcia down and shares his location with Angelo. Now Angelo finds Nikki's necklace in his apartment, so he goes to her bar to return the item, trying to explain why he had the gun in his freezer the whole time. And Nikki is worried about Angelo's involvement in Kyle's death, and that she will be framed just by being associated with Angelo. Just then, Nikki's mobster boyfriend Lorenzo shows up at the bar and acts territorial with her. Angelo leaves the bar to follow Garcia and finds him entering a caravan. He overhears him having a conversation with McGee. As it turns out, McGee was the person providing evidence to Garcia to frame Eddie and Angelo. Now Angelo tells Dutch about McGee betraying them, and the two men discuss how to resolve this. Elsewhere, Dave receives a call about a dead body discovered nearby. He tries to send Maria home in a taxi, but she offers to ride along. At the scene of the crime, Maria recalls seeing her mother's lifeless body next to the victim, who is actually Henry Block. The next day, Angelo runs into Agent Grant at the local convenience store. The two have a pretty awkward conversation as Grant seems suspicious of Angelo, who's trying his best to seem as normal as he possibly can. Over dinner, Angelo learns about Maria's meeting with Dave and her guilt over meeting the cop in Jeff's absence. She mentions Henry's dead body, which reminds Angelo of the article she discovered in his jacket. So Angelo makes up a lie about the article to regain Maria's trust. That night, Angelo, Eddie and Dutch meet McGee at the restaurant, where they discuss ways to kill Garcia. Angelo asks for McGee's help with the murder and to bring drugs to the LA detective's house. At Garcia's place, Joe drugs Danny and knocks him out while Angelo kills McGee. The two frame Danny for killing McGee, while Joe sends a text to Garcia using Danny's phone. They set up a camera in Danny's room to capture Garcia getting rid of McGee's body to save his son. Now Angelo finds Garcia burying McGee's body and threatens to expose Danny if he continues to investigate him and Eddie. Now Angelo calls Dutch to inform him about the job being done, but ends up calling Maria instead. That night, Angelo talks to Dutch about Garcia, while the assassin tells his boss how he would appreciate not being kept in the dark about any future NYPD investigations. And Nikki shows up at Angelo's apartment, revealing that she's ended things with her mobster boyfriend. Nikki ends up in Angelo's bed while he wonders who the ferryman is. The episode then ends with Angelo meeting Wesley, accusing him of working for the ferryman and asking to meet the guy. And unlike the two previous episodes, this one had a few plot holes that I'm not totally sure about. However, it is interesting that the show is going on to complicate whatever is happening in Angelo's life. We have no idea who the ferryman is right now, but Angelo will likely be meeting him soon. I really wish Angelo would take his memory issue seriously though, because he does have trouble remembering basic details. It looks like Detective Grant is onto him though, and their conversation was extremely unnerving. I'm not even sure if Angelo should be trusting Dutch at this point, considering McGee's last words before Angelo murdered him were against Dutch. There's also some suspicion that needs to be levelled at Nikki, but there isn't much to doubt her so far. Maria and Dutch clearly have a history, and it'll be interesting to see where their relationship goes from here, considering she is married and heavily pregnant. It was certainly smart of Angelo to get Maria off his tail by making up the lie about the article, but I wonder if she really buys her father's lie. I'm sure we'll find out in the episodes ahead. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.